Hi, welcome to Undead Yarn. This is episode 27. My name is Heidi, and you can find me on Ravelry and Plurk as Knitty Girl, and on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter as Knitty Girl 1. I'm trying a new, well, it's not new, it's actually an older. This is where I used to record, and I got a comment on iTunes, thank you to the person who commented, because I was actually thinking this, that the lighting was better when I was in this area. Although I will tell you, things have moved around in this area, and I'm looking at myself on the screen, and I tried to look at the colors. I'm not sure that the lighting is going to be any better here this time, since things have been moved around. So the next couple of times that you see me, I may be in different areas. I'm going to try out some different areas and see which ones work the best. You can see right here, this, I don't think y'all could see this before because we had a smaller area that was shown, or a different area that was shown. You saw more of my chair before, but this is one of my husband's paintings. Like, he did a silhouette, he traced the silhouette and painted it in, and we have a couple other ones you can see. He did a yarn ball for me, and then some scissors in the corner. So this is our craft room. We both use it. He's got a desk in the corner, and I have part of my yarn stash in here. I'm not sure. I don't want to turn the video thing around because it will. I don't want to make it shake or anything. But maybe next time I can show that. It's only part of my stash, which is really sad. I have stash in 2 rooms, and I'm kind of running out of areas to have stash. But anyway, this is episode 27, and tomorrow I will be going back to work, so I'm probably going to go back to a 2-week schedule, so you'll see me every other week instead of every week. Definitely, I will probably not record until the 30th or maybe even the beginning of September, so let's get started with what I've been doing so far. The things I've been working on, I'm still working on the blanket. I'm almost done the blanket. All I have left is one ball. And it's looking like it's going to be a lap blanket. It's not going to cover me like my other one did. So this will be more of a lap blanket, which is nice. I can probably use it downstairs when I sit with the dogs, and you know, it's cold in the air conditioning, so I still love it. I think it's going to be, it's soft and it's sparkly, so it makes me happy. So I'm still working on this, and this is on, is it 6? I believe it's 6. Yes, Hiya size 6. And I do like Hiya. I like Chayus better, but I really enjoy working with Hiya too. The Chayu I like better because I think the needles are more solid. They feel more solid. These kind of feel like hollow. I don't know if they are, but they feel light. Anyway, that's one thing I'm working on. And I have not started my mizzle yet, but I did start, and I'm almost finished. This will be an FO next time. I'll probably finish it today. I did start, was going to call it my zombie scarf, but after I started it, I decided that I didn't want a whole shawl out of this, although it would probably be pretty cool. But this is my Undead yarn. It's in the Blood Spatters colorway. And yeah, it's curling on the bottom. That's one thing I don't like about it. I took a pattern and I'm basically modifying it because I'm going to make this into a kerchief for me. So I just have a little bit longer to go. Not too much longer. A little bit longer though, so that I can tie it. And I started with an easy triangle pattern, and then I just modified it. And I kind of did it to see what the yarn would look like in different stitches. You might hear the garbage man outside. So I used, first it was stockinette, of course, and I actually really like the way it looks in stockinette. So I think this would make a good pair of socks, and you could even make pattern socks because it's not, it doesn't have lots and lots of different colors in it. It's just the reddish pink and the white. And then I did seed stitch, and then garter stitch. And I'm just doing increasing here and there now. I'm not going to increase too much more, just enough so that I can make it tie in the back. And this is in my fingering weight. So that's all I've been working on as far as knitting. I did do some more spinning, and it's still the churro. Look at this. I will bring my wheel over since I'm downstairs. This is the never-ending churro. Look at that. It says, like I said, it says, look how poofy, how high up it is. It says 4 ounces, but I swear this is taking me a really long time, and I still have quite a bit left. Let me show you how much I still have left. It's losing its fun because it's just brown. And it was fun to spin at first, you know, because I could do the long draw and stuff, but it's not as much fun anymore now that I've gotten over that. And this is what this is from Shepherd's Summit Family Farm. And you can see the cute thing is they put the name of the sheep on there. So it's Navajo Churro. So I'm really hoping to finish this because you know what? I have this sitting over here, and this is what I really want to spin. I want to spin my Jinx fiber because I want to see what it's going to look like. I'll probably fractal spin this, but I'm going to make myself finish the churro first. I want to do my colors. I'm getting tired of brown. Even though it's one of my favorite colors, and I do think it's a lovely shade of brown, I'm just getting tired of it. It's not as much fun to spin as merino, and like I love silk blends. They just feel so nice to spin. And this is fun, was fun to spin, but now it's not so fun anymore, and it's not soft, and it's just brown. So anyway, those are the things that I've been working on in the last week. I do have an announcement about my yarn, but I'm going to wait until everything is all completely set before I say anything about that. So maybe next time I'll mention it, or I'll mention what is exciting coming up with my yarn. Let's see. Oh, what have I been doing the last couple of weeks? Well, I have been doing dyeing, of course, and the sad thing is my husband's been having trouble with his teeth. We didn't know what it was at first. It just started out as a headache and it just got worse and worse, and his face was hurting, and at this point it looks like it's probably an abscess, so he's going to have a root canal, which that doesn't sound fun to me, but he's been going to work all week, but been in a lot of pain, so who'd have thought a tooth could cause so much pain? Getting old is fun. I already mentioned I'm going back to school. I do have a little bit of enabling. I bought a project bag from Rain Lover Knits, and I absolutely love it. It's skulls and roses. My love of skulls along with my love of girly stuff, and it's black and pink, and I love black and pink together. And it's really cute. The inside, look, you can turn it, well, I guess you could probably turn it inside out if you wanted. But the inside has really cute fabric too, and it's more skulls and pinks and roses. And I love, this is what I really like. I like drawstring bags. You know, I do have a zipper bag. My, the one that I showed you, or the one that I was using earlier is my Fat Squirrel bag. And I like the portability of it and everything, and I like the zipper, but sometimes, I guess because this one's so big and tall, it's kind of nice. I don't feel like the yarn's going to get snagged on it, but I have had yarn snag on some of my zipper bags, so I know when I use drawstrings, I don't have to worry about that. But this one is actually, like I said, it's tall enough that I don't think that's going to be a problem, so maybe I have to look into the size of the bag before I buy it. But this one is really, really cute, and it was reasonably priced, and I can definitely fit a skein of sock yarn in there and needles and stuff. So I bought that from Rain Lover Knits, and she's on Etsy. And then I also used my Amazon points. I got the email about this, and I was like, y'all are going after my heart. First, it was the fairy tale knit thing with Interweave, but that was, that was a magazine. This is a book, but I believe I got this email from Interweave. Yes, of course I did. This is Knitting Wizardry. And I saw this, and I love a lot of the patterns in here. I don't love it as much as the fairy tale knits, because that one I really do want to knit everything in it. But this one has some really awesome ones. I love this vest that has the wings on the back. How cool is that? I don't know if I would ever knit it, but I would love to have that. Let me show you a couple of the ones that I really like that I'm considering knitting. I love this, and I'm actually a big fan of the designer of this one, Anne Podolsek. I love a lot of her patterns. These are, see the lighting, I don't know if it's going to be all that much better this time. These, you can't really see the detail. There you can see it a little bit, but it's dark. Yes, I am definitely going to have to keep working on the lighting. This is by Anne Podolsek, and these are called the Griffin socks. And you can't tell, unfortunately, but there are little griffin birds on the sock. And here's another one that I would consider knitting. This is called Shimmering Cloak by Joanna Johnson. Yeah, it's almost not even worth me showing because you can't see. And then the other one I really like, and this one I'm probably this is probably the one I'll knit first out of all of them, because I would really like to, I needed some more shrugs. This is, gosh, it looks terrible. You really cannot see anything. At least you could see the cover, I guess, because the background is also very dark in this picture. You can't see what it is, but it's called The Lady of the House Wrapper by Vicky Square. But if you're interested in kind of not just Harry Potter, but fantasy stuff, I really would recommend taking a look at this book. And I got it on Amazon, and it was very reasonably priced, but Interweave they also sent me an email, and they had it on sale for $15, which for a book is pretty good. And it says there's 27 projects, so that's a good number of projects. Okay. Oh, I also wanted to mention, before I just went right into enabling, and I meant to mention that I met Summer of the Kitchen Stitches podcast. She lives in Houston, and she came to Austin with her husband and was hanging out with one of her friends. So we met for lunch at the place called Magnolia Cafe, which is it's like a brunch place. It's one of those places that serves breakfast all day, and you can get lunch, dinner, whatever you want. So we met there, and we hung out for a while, and I met one of her friends, and that was fun. It was nice to meet you, Summer. Oh, let's see. I keep looking over here because my notes are over here. I should probably put them. Let's put them somewhere more appropriate so I don't have to keep doing that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is, what I've been watching. I've been watching The Vampire Diaries. I'm still catching up on season 4. I'm almost done. I've got like the last 2 discs to watch. And I think I remember, like, I saw parts of it here and there, but I hadn't seen the whole thing, so that's why I wanted to get the season and watch the whole season. And I started watching Cosmos with my husband. He has been a big fan of that, and the problem is here we do not have cable, and Fox comes in inconsistently here. It's not always, we can't always get it on our TV, so he saw a lot of them, and then the last couple times we couldn't get the station to come in, so now it's on Netflix, so we've been watching it, and I actually am really enjoying it. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's kind of neat because I took astronomy when I was in college, and so some of the stuff I kind of know, but I don't know everything. And it was also interesting that they talked about the frequencies of sound and things like that, and I learned a little bit about that in college too when I was going for speech pathology, and we had a hearing science class. So it's kind of neat to see all the things that, you know, different things I've learned kind of pulled together into a series. But there's a lot of things I didn't know. So to me, it's really interesting because I've never been big on science. It's more interesting to me now as an adult. When I was a teenager, I really did not enjoy taking the classes. But I'm finding that fun now to kind of go back and learn things that I didn't know, or relearn things that I had learned before. And I'm also watching Lost Girl Season 4. I love Lost Girl. I think I talked about this show before in one of my previous podcasts, that it's about succubus. So it's definitely not kid-friendly. But it's like a fantasy, and it's about fairies and other supernatural creatures. And so if you enjoy supernatural stuff, you probably enjoy it. I believe it's on the Sci-Fi Channel, but I'm watching it on Netflix. I have to wait for it to come out on Netflix. I'm still reading the Deborah Harkness book. It's wonderful. I love how she pulls everything together. It's just amazing. She's totally drawn me in, and after I'm done this one, I'm going to get the next one. I'm also reading something called, or actually I'm listening to something called The Diviners, and it's by Libba Bray. And I actually saw her a couple years ago. They had a YA conference here, and there were several authors that I liked. It was like a big promotional thing for Ali Condi's Matched. And my friends and I, we were in a book club. We don't have our book club anymore, but we were really interested, and we loved the series. And so some of us went to the YA thing. And I heard her talk, and Libba Bray, I'm talking about Libba Bray. I also heard Ali Condi talk too. But I hadn't tried any of Libba Bray's books, but when I saw the DVD at the library, I thought, oh, I'll try it. I like to listen to books on tape in the car. I've noticed that's another thing that makes me feel old. When I was a teenager, all I wanted to do was listen to music. I didn't even care, like, TV, I watch TV, but I would rather listen to music than watch TV even. Or I'd be watching MTV back when they actually had videos. But now that I think it started somewhere when I hit my 40s, I want to listen to books now. I'm more interested in listening to books. When I do listen to the radio, it's either just alternative or R&B. I don't really listen to pop stuff anymore. But I mostly want to listen to books. I really enjoy listening to books on tape. So I've liked Libba Bray's. It's another one that's got a lot of supernatural stuff in it. It's about people who have special powers, and they're called diviners. And it's got a scary element to it as well. So if you are not into scary stories, I don't think I would listen to it. But I am very much enjoying that, and I'm glad I decided to try it. Now I'm kind of interested in maybe looking into more of her books. And then, of course, I haven't mentioned Heather Ordover's podcast, Craftlit, in a long time, but I really love listening to Craftlit because I feel like I'm back in English class. And right now she's doing North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, and it's about North and South in England. And it's very interesting because the way it's written, you really learn a lot about the difference in the cultures of the two areas, and how the people in each area think of the other area, and I'm really enjoying it. I also feel like I'm learning a lot of history stuff because, you know, this is set in the past, so Heather goes over a lot of things that we don't normally talk about now, or like sayings or different ways of talking about things, and she explains all of that while we're listening to the story. So those are the three things I'm currently really reading right now. I have some other things that are kind of in, it's funny, I guess you could call it in hibernation. They're books that I've started that are just kind of sitting there that I'm gonna read, but I only read a little bit at a time. So, I wanted to mention before I forget that I'm having a knit along, crochet along, weave along with my yarns, If you post a finished object in the finished object thread, you will automatically get a 25% off coupon to my shop. And each month, right now there's not any entries. I understand people are probably starting to work on items. But each month that there are entries, I'm going to go ahead and pull for a $7 or less pattern, giftable pattern from Ravelry. So I know plenty of y'all have my yarn now because I've had enough sales that there should be more knitted items, crocheted items in the shop, or not in the shop, on Ravelry. But anyway, I really encourage you guys to knit some of that stuff up because I can't knit all of it up. I wish I could. But I don't have time to knit everything up. There was something else I wanted to talk. Oh, yes, I did. I wanted to mention a couple of podcasts. If you haven't listened to Transient Wool Merchants, that's a new podcast by some of the people who were from Ross Farms that I bought the I think it was long wool, Leicester long wool from when I was at the SSK market. And the lady who's part of Ross Farms, she is in the podcast, and she's on it with her friend Heather, who is a dyer. And the dyer, I believe, lives in North Carolina, and the lady from Ross Farms lives in Maine. But they both do a lot of traveling because, that's how they sell their items. So they talk a lot about their travels, and they had a funny story about their RV catching on fire. So it's an interesting podcast, and it's different. So I'd give that a listen. And I also wanted to mention two podcasts that are from England that I have listened to for a long time, and they're pretty consistent about putting out episodes, and they've been around a long time. Both ladies have wonderful voices. They both sound like they could be on the radio to me. And one of them is A Playful Day, and the other one is I Make. And I Make has a magazine called I Make that she's selling in her Etsy shop. And I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm very interested to go look at it. I believe that the Knitmore Girls reviewed one of her issues on their podcast. And so I'm very interested to go and take a look at that. But I've been listening to her podcast, both of them. I've been listening to both of them for a long time. They both were involved in Unwind Brighton, which was in the UK, a show in the UK. One of them, I can't remember which one right now off the top of my head, was actually involved in the arranging of all of that. So those are two very good podcasts that have a lot of very good information. If you are interested in listening to some new podcasts, these are both, or actually all three of them are audio podcasts. And I like to listen to audio podcasts when I walk my dogs. I go almost every morning that I don't have to go to work. I walk them in the morning, and I like to listen to audio podcasts. So those are some other ones to check out if you haven't listened to them before. I think I'm about ready to wrap things up. It'll probably be a couple of weeks before you see me again, since I'm going to be entering back into work with my students. I do have two new colorways I wanted to show, and the first one is actually, this is not a new colorway, it's just new on my new base, and I can tell you I really love the way the silk merino is taking the dye. It's just amazing. This one is a gold and a green, and it has some blues in it, and this is the Shire. So it's a little bit different. I didn't put the browns in, but there are some areas that are a little bit brown. And, I'm not too thrilled with the fact that this is not looking any better. It's not showing up any better than with the other one, and I'm right next to the window. Oh, that's not bad. You can kind of see the greens and the golds. And this is in the merino silk base with 431 yards. And my other new colorway is Poseidon, and that actually is looking pretty good. It's very light blue and natural colors, and this is in my lace weight yarn that is 931 yards. I really like this one. This would be great for any lace project because you could use, it's pretty subtle. Today I'm also going to be dyeing up a couple of self-stripings to put in the shop. And like I said, after probably this evening, I'm going to take down the made-to-order self-striping. Some of you did take me up on that and went ahead and ordered that. But I'm going to take down the made-to-order things because at this point, I haven't had as many people order the self-striping as I thought I would. So that's one reason. But the other reason is that when it's made to order, I like to have it done within a week. And I don't want to be, if something comes up, I don't want to have to be telling people, oh, it's going to take me a couple of weeks. And I would rather have it done and have it up in the shop. So after today, anything that I had from made to order, except for the Blood Spatters colorway, which is the one that I knit up the kerchief in. This one is not as hard to dye, so this one would not be difficult. It wouldn't take a lot of time for me to do it. So this one I will leave as a made to order. But the other ones that are self-striping, I'm going to take down. And so if you see a self-striping yarn in the shop after today, you know that it is ready to be mailed out. And that's the way that I'm planning to do it now. But if you would like a custom order, you're always welcome to order any of my colorways as a custom order. And you can also ask for things on different bases. Like if you see the Smog colorway, Smog's Treasure colorway right now is on my BFL. And if you would rather have it on the merino nylon base, you can request that. So I still will have all those things available to be dyed and ordered, but they're going to need to be custom orders from now on. And I am so glad things are going very well in the group, and I'm very happy with my new bases. Oh, and I wanted to mention, once we reach 200 members in the Ravelry group, we're getting close. I will go ahead and pull for another winner for a skein of my yarn, and you get to pick whatever you want from my shop. So anyway, it's time for me to sign off, I believe, and so get busy knitting or get busy dyeing. Bye, y'all.